phone to get it to your house, if you will.
And you know what? The nice thing too, low cost for the operator to create this, right?
Yep.
Love that idea and very well put.
Exactly. So.
And it is something also that, like you said, you gotta. I think, and this is the interesting point you made me think here is, you have to have a very fluid menu, and that's where you were saying earlier, Chef, is that you can switch them up now. They're virtual, either in your restaurant if you still dine in, or if they're online, you can flip them all the time now. And I think that's a really good point, because you may have this for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. You know, it might be different the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, so here is a Latin-inspired version with those spicy wedges, and now here's something that's going to help cure your hangover on after a little bit too. And who says you only have to serve those on New Year's Day? Maybe it's your binge the night before, and then the next day you're ordering the hangover fries. So then, kind of keeping along those same lines of holidays and such, jumping forward a little bit to St. Patrick's Day. So Jay, you said meal kits. Here's like a really cool idea for a meal kit, and this is one of the first things that we'll show here with our fresh fried chips. So this
Chef,
is our
Before we get to that, can we run a quick commercial and we'll be right back?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll be right back with Chef
after these messages. Okay.
Welcome everyone to Sysco's Virtual Kitchen. Today, we're doing a little bit of a different show than we've done in the past, and this is something that we haven't ever done before, and we're paying homage and really a tribute today to Chef Brooke that you saw in the video there, and he passed away just recently this Saturday with a battle with cancer, and we have brought together, I think, a really good show just to pay tribute to Chef and to remember Chef a little bit. I think have a little fun. But also just to really pay homage to the McCain's family and to everyone over at the McCain's Foods family. We're thinking of you, and today we're dedicating today's show to McCain's Foods and Chef Brooke that you saw in the video there. So we've gathered up a whole bunch of vendors, and they're going to be representing and showing McCain's ideas, not theirs. And we're going to have a little fun with that and really pay homage to Chef and to enjoy today a little bit and to think of him and to say, we're with you, McCain's family, and it's a small network world, and we're thinking of you. So anyways, I'm going to bring in all these chefs, and let's see how this goes today, and let's see some great ideas from McCain's, and we'll be thinking of you, Chef. All right. So let's bring everyone in here. I'm going to hit this fancy button. Boom. Look at that. Awesome. So welcome, everyone.
Good morning.
All right. Everyone's mics work? Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. So we saw Chef's, Chef was on the show quite a bit. Chef Brooke was on the show quite a bit. Not as much as maybe Mr. McGoey there, but he was on the show quite a bit. And they always say had a lot of fun when the cameras weren't live and we weren't showing the show across the world and across the country. But definitely it is something that he was on there a lot and just really supported our whole idea around broadcasting live shows to the industry. I'm just going to turn down my camera. And it's something that we think it's important to do and to continue today. So I'm going to just get everyone all started here. Everyone's got their McCain's products. My mic earphones fell out for a second. There you go. It's the fun of live TV. We'll probably lose Brenda today. Brenda, you're there?
I'm here, and you will lose me.
Awesome. Alrighty, so let's get started. Let's show. There we go. I'm going to move over while I work on my mic to McGoey. Steve McGoey from Lynch. Welcome, Steve.
Good morning, Jay. And first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this great show alongside a wonderful cast of colleagues. Really to celebrate Chef Brooke and McCain's. It's always hard when we lose one of our own, especially when we lose them too early. So this one's all for you. We're thinking about you and happy to be here to showcase some fun ideas working with McCain's products. So I've got a few. I'm going to dive into my first one right away before we get going. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to play with a McCain's Pizza Pocket. They're great items. They're things that, people have had, whether it be late night, lunch snack or whatnot. But I thought I'd change the Pizza Pocket up a little bit and make it into something kind of fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Pizza Pocket and make it into a chimichanga, which is one of my favorite things. And a pizza pocket just lends itself beautifully because it naturally has the breading, which is going to help as a binder. And I'm going to put some other great ingredients in there. We're going to make a really cool chimichanga. So I'll show you how I do it. And it's fairly straightforward. But I just want to show these really quickly first, too. This is just a little something I put together while we were waiting, showcasing some wonderful McCain's crinkle cut sweet potato fries, regular fries, little rosemary mayo, some rosemary as a garnish, great little bar snack or something as people are sitting down in your operation. I've had a few of those as I've been waiting for the show. Anyways, really cool. So,
hey, Steve.
Yep.
You know I'm going to interact here.
Of course.
I always bug Chef Brooke about things like this, but
yeah,
I think all the chefs here were raised on those McCain fries.
100%. Right? Oh yeah.
Right, Richard? Yeah. I see you, Richard, in the camera down there. Yeah. You know.
No, they're still a staple in my house. I've got 2 young kids. We have McCain's fries in there all the time. We've got the smiley fries. My kids love them. The little mashed potato on the inside. So it's a staple as I was growing up and as I raise my family now. So fantastic stuff.
Awesome stuff. So do you want to go on to the next or do you want to come back? What would you like to do, Steve?
Well, I want to do my chimichanga and then we'll move on. I'm all set to go here.
Let's go for it.
If that works? Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of our pizza pockets, as everyone's very familiar with. I've got my mixing bowl ready to go, and I'm simply going to cut up this pizza pocket. Just slice it all the way through one side, all the way through another side, and you end up with a cut up pizza pocket, okay? That goes into my bowl. From there, I'm just going to doctor up a little bit more. I'm going to add some olives inside. I'm going to add some crispy bacon bits inside. A little more diced pepperoni goes inside there. A little more cheese. And then a little marinara sauce. And there you have sort of the makings of a great pizza, accenting the already great ingredients that are inside that pizza pocket. And then I'm simply going to mix it up. And as I mentioned earlier, the natural sort of dough and everything is going to act as a really cool binder. And it just mixes up nicely, kind of compacts. And then you end up with a really, really nice filling. So from there, I'm going to grab my tortilla shell, which is right here, and I'll show you how it's done. I'm just going to grab a little bit of that mix, form a little ball, place that right in the middle, and then I'm just going to roll it. Almost there. Well, it's essentially a burrito. Wrap that up, and then you end up with a perfect little, not yet fried, chimichanga. And from there, by the magic of Sysco's virtual kitchen network, I have one that I did. I just oiled it. I placed this in the oven. I baked this one. You can deep fry them, obviously. You end up with a really cool inside like you see there.
Cool.
Okay, absolutely amazing. You can place that on a plate like you see here. I've got another one as well. I also have some greens that I've just tossed lightly with some olive oil, little lemon juice. Place that on the side. And then I have a couple little dipping sauces. I've got a chipotle aioli. I've got a little bit of ranch. And there you have what was once just an ordinary pizza pocket. Now you've got a really cool chimichanga using pizza pocket as the base ingredient. Tastes amazing. Great fun little dish to share. Some dips, you can play around with those from a flavor perspective, but using McCain's pizza pockets as a base ingredient was a really cool way to showcase a bit of a classic. So that's my first dish. Had some fun with it. Guarantee you it tastes amazing. And again, using pizza pockets from McCain's is awesome. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
my pleasure.
I think Chef Brooke will like that. All right, Richard. I'm going to unmute you there, buddy.
There you go. There we go. Excellent. Hey, Chef Richard here from Lester's Foods. Very honored to be a part of this tribute to Brooke and McCain's. And before I get into my first dish, I want to say that every university student should just watch that, Steve. That was fantastic. How to turn a pizza pocket into something way more than what it is. I guess this is the format now. Steve's kind of set the pace that instead of doing the round of introductions, we're just going to jump into our first dishes. So I'm going to get into that. What I chose to do today as an honor was to take a couple of recipes from the McCain's food service website. Believe it or not, it's one of the better websites out there. It's been an inspiration for other companies as they modernize their food service website. So a little shout out to McCain's for having a really great website. I pulled off a couple of recipes with that I liked on there as someone who's always pushing for fun and creative ideas for kids menus as well as things that are vegan, although I didn't really get into much vegan here today because there's a little bit of cheese going to go on. So my first thing was I really wanted to take a look at the smiley fry recipe, which is basically making a little BLT out of the smiley fry. And when I was talking with Chef Steve about this earlier, he's like, well, those are a staple in my house. My kids love them. And I have to admit, everybody's kid's going to love this. So anyway, start off with the smiley fry on the bottom, kind of creates a little bun. And then, of course, your little BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato. And I used a cocktail tomato for this one because it's the perfect size as a McCain smiley fry. And then, of course, we'll just give it a little bit of a crema here as it explodes out of the thing on me on the miracles of television.
What a great idea for menus, like kids' menus.
Nothing ever works out perfect. And then, of course, another little smiley fry for the top. And so there we go. And although this is a kids' menu, this could be like a kid's little appetizer platter. I thought this would be fun if kids had the opportunity to share in an appetizer or a shareable the same way that adults do when they're out in a restaurant while the adults are killing whatever they're having. I like those little French fry jar dip things that you did there, Chef Steve. While the adults are having that, the kids there could smash this. I love this little idea here from the website. So I'll be back later with one more recipe from the McCain's website. That's a little bit fun as well, using onion rings, because who doesn't love a really good onion ring in the morning?
Well, who doesn't love McCain's onion rings either, right? We've had a few of those, eh, Richard?
Yeah, and actually in my time at Sysco, I sold a lot of them. Seriously good business there. So yeah.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, Richard. All right, let's go over to Chef Mark. Look at this, sporting the McCain's products right there.
Yeah, there you go. Well, first of all, it's an honor to be here to pay tribute to Chef Brooke. Looking like, you said, Richard, they got an amazing website. So I got a couple of recipes for you guys today. First one is using one of the great product that they have at McCain. It's this potato shell, large potato shell. Sometimes we just see some restaurants that'll just put cheese on top of it and then put it in the oven and serve it as is. But I think it's a great bowl to put stuff in it. So what I'm going to do with the first recipe, I got some pulled pork here. Nice barbecue pulled pork. And I'm going to fill my shell with the pulled pork, And you want to, like I said, it's a great dish to put some stuff in it, not only cheese on top. So I'm gonna make let's make 6 of it here, just an order of 6, I guess. Be great as an appetizer, but when you fill it up with a little bit more in it, it can be a main course as well. So there you go. Got the nice pulled pork in there. Just get rid of that here. Back in the warmer. What's a dish without bacon? So I got a bit of bacon bits already done here. Look at that.
It's a little Ole Mill bacon down here, right, Chef?
Oh, that's a Sysco premium bacon, actually.
Oh, he even pulls that out.
Caught.
Hey, McGoey, you didn't pull that out, eh, buddy?
Yeah. So I got a bit of cheese here, hey? On top of it. Look,
That is awesome.
This is a loaded potato shell. In the oven now. And like we said, with the magic of Sysco Virtual Kitchen. I got some already done here. I baked ahead. Put that aside here. And just want to put 6 on my plate here.
Love that, chef. Hey, chef, those come all done for you though, right? Like McCain's, they all come done, cut.
They come done, yeah. I mean, they
Yeah.
baked the potatoes, they scooped it out, so all you have to do is garnish it. Like I said, I put some pulled pork here and bacon and cheese, but I could have put anything in there, actually. Smoked meat would have been great in there, Richard.
Oh, I have a message here. Chef Brooke loved pea meal bacon.
Oh, there you go.
There we go, hey?
Yeah, so a bit of sour cream,
Yeah, who doesn't love sour cream?
some green onions. I could have put chive in there. So there you go. This is my first dish honoring Chef Brooke.
Very cool, chef.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, chef.
No problem.
All right, let's go over to Kraft. Heinz, sorry, I forgot they always get through that last part on.
Hello, everyone. This is Chef Thomas for Kraft Heinz. Thank you again for letting me be part of this this tribute to Chef Brooke. He was an amazing chef, and he's going to be a loss to the chef community. But we're going to honor him today with some McCain's. And being the creators of ketchup, we use a lot of his product. So one product I want to show of his is these British pub style Fritz or fries. So essentially these are a mix in between a potato wedge and a French fry. So I kind of really love the versatility of these. So what I did here is I did a couple of breakfast items. So I did a good old fashioned English breakfast, soft boiled egg, where you can see that nice, beautiful, that yolk. Hey, look at that.
When you get it just right, I get excited about that when you see a hard-boiled egg. So
well, that means I get to keep my job as a chef, right?
I know. We're going to keep you. Richard, you can't do that, eh, buddy? No, we'll do a TikTok video of that, but...
Yeah, live on TV, get a soft-boiled egg.
Look at that. I know. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
sorry, chef, go
hilarious.
ahead. That's just perfect.
So,
that was so perfect.
What I did with the British pub style fries is I actually wrapped each one with a half a slice of bacon, and I baked them off. So you get this nice little pyramid, like wedges with bacon. You can dip them into ketchup or some kind of homemade ketchup, or right even into the egg, and you get that beautiful ooey gooiness. So that's kind of the fun right there. Next one, I did a skillet. Skillets are still very popular. I did a skillet to share. These are good for 2 to 4 people. So again, in the frying pan, I had sausage, roasted peppers, zucchini, some fresh herbs, some roasted garlic. I sauteed it all up. You deep fry the wedges, get them nice and crispy. And then when the wedges are done and the skillet's done, you toss it all together. You crack 4 eggs into it. And then you put it into the oven just for an additional 3-4 minutes, just to get that egg cooked where it's still a little bit of that soft center. And again, that potato soaks up all that nice, beautiful egg, and it really becomes a really nice eating experience. And then lastly, I did a play on it like an Irish nacho. So again, the wedges, you deep fry them. I got a nice mixture of cheddar, mozza, pepper jack cheese, bacon, scallions, and pickles, and served with a little bit of sour cream. So great ways of like creating some versatility, something that's not quite a French fry, something that's not quite a wedge, great in between that works for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all snacking occasion. Chef Brooke, you will be missed, and I wish McCain all the best. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, chef. Those are pickles. Does that make it Irish?
You know what? The pickles, I think, makes it a little bit more Canadian, because it's like... Yeah, because you know what? We have a lot of Irish in Canada, right? And it's just like when you go to a pub, the deep fried pickles is still number one. And I find if you just add a pickle to anything, it's Canadiana.
That is awesome. Awesome. I love pickles on that stuff. So thanks, chef.
My pleasure.
Right, Chef Michelle, let's go over here. Out of Regina.
Good morning. First and foremost, I didn't know Chef Brooke, but I did reach out to a lot of people who did have the opportunity to work with him and meet him. And consistent theme, he was a 100% professional and a complete gentleman. So something that his family and McCain should be very proud that that's what I've been told this week by a lot of people. But then to go to a few things that we've made in his honor, we use the sweet potato fries with a plant-based ground veg protein.
Hey, Brenda,
nice.
Michelle, can you bring that up? That's a beautiful dish. Let's
Of
bring it
course.
closer. You gotta see this. You know, Richard's like, yeah, he does this all the time. Don't worry. Look at
That's
that.
Richard Technique 101 right there.
Right there.
Walk around.
Walk around. Can't
So
hide behind that counter.
that one was quite spicy. So the sweet potato fries on that, absolutely wonderful. Actually made it last night, and that's what the family had for dinner. So
Oh, awesome.
it was tested and true. The next thing we did in his honor is a classic fry, because like we said earlier, everyone has McCain's classic fries in their freezer. Got the bag here that was in the freezer last night. Did a taco meat with a plant-based protein as well. Putting that on the fries, just nice and simple. Dollop with some salsa, sour cream, because as Jay said, who doesn't love it?
I think Ecker doesn't.
Wow, that's unfortunate, eh?
Hey, Peter.
I feel like we're picking on Peter today.
I know. I'm picking a little bit too much on Peter. I'm sorry.
And then you know what? We're just going to finish it off with a little more hot sauce here. Give it an extra bite. And hopefully, Chef Brooke, you would enjoy this.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
And that's what I got for you today.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Michelle. Awesome stuff.
Thank you.
Enjoy them. Make sure you have a nacho.
I will.
Or a fry on us. Awesome. So let's go over for Jeffrey, Scottsville, Arizona. All right, did I get that right?
You did. Good morning, everyone, and really, I'm very grateful to be part of this tribute to Chef Brooke, and thank you, Jay, for asking me. I watched that video link that she sent out, the Facebook video of one of the last videos and interactions that you had. What came through to me was his humor and his seriousness, and what a perfect balance that was, because we are talking about food. We're not, bringing home a spacecraft, and he grasped that that concept of having fun while you work, but yet helping operators. And in light of that, and I gathered a couple key terms from that video. I love the term menu fatigue. I don't use that enough in talking to operators. He talked about differentiation. That was another one. Innovation, new experience. And so in light of that, I was able to go to the local broker here in Phoenix, and I was able to get 1/4-inch diced potatoes from McCain, which happens to be in the Sysco label, at least here in the States, here in Phoenix. And then someone alluded prior to my part here, Irish. And so I kind of came up with, at one point the Roman Empire expanded all the way to Ireland. So let's see what we can do here. I took the Sysco Riso linguine, and I cooked it up, and I tossed it in a basil pesto sauce. And then I added, strictly for color, I'm lying, also for taste, roasted red peppers. I added some green beans. I have a wonderful bacon that I got here locally from a butcher, a very good bacon, and these and green beans, and also these amazing 1/4-inch diced potatoes, which I tossed in some olive oil. I baked them off a little bit just to kind of get that crisp factor. And then I'm going to put some more goodness here on top of this. I put this in a skillet. I kind of switched it up here because today, as we're seeing a lot with skillets, it really is kind of what I call it the fajita factor, right? When people see that going through the dining room. And last thing I'm going to do, and this is
Do you know what's interesting by that, Chef? If you have been to a food show up here in Canada with McCain's, they always have their products in skillets, just so you know.
I saw that, and I do see them a lot here in the States at shows. Certainly, we do a lot with Sysco here in the States. We do a lot with other broadline distributors here, and they're all. One thing I say about their booth, they are such the consummate professional. They have everything looking tight, sharp, very friendly booth area, how you can navigate it when you're at a food show, getting in and out, trying the samples. Everything is always hot and fresh. You never get a bad French fry. You never get a bad fried something at the McCain booth. Last thing I'm going to do here is I baked off some goat cheese, a little bit of honey and sugar, and threw some little bit of cracked pepper. That's going to go right on top. And what's great about this dish is when you get it, the potatoes, the goat cheese, the green beans, you kind of feel like, you know, you're in Dublin, you got one of those fisherman turtlenecks on, you're at a pub, and this is a great dish. You push this down with the fork, and I'll show you here. So you've got the goat cheese right here on top. Let's see here, there we go. And then what you would do is just push this down into, it's warm, it's creamy, you push it down in there with the pesto sauce and mix it around, and suddenly you've got sort of an a la minute pesto cream sauce with that goat cheese. The red peppers, and of course the potatoes. That size of potato works perfect for this dish because you don't want that potato to be too big, whether you got a long cut of pasta or a short cut of pasta. But McCain's products are fantastic, and Chef Brooke, what a loss. And my hat's off to him, to his family, and to McCain. So awesome. That's what I got here. So right here in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. I don't mean to throw that out there, but maybe I do.
Thanks, Chef. Now, Brenda, here we go. Thanks, Chef. And we're going to go over to Brenda. Brenda, I'm going to mute you. There you go.
Hello, good morning. And we're going to, fingers crossed. I can't even begin to tell you, Jay, how possessed my camera is this morning. It's not my mic, it's my camera. Anyway,
we're gonna have to work on that one day. I think you're trying to get me to come to Toronto and help you out.
Would that be so bad? I don't know.
It wouldn't be bad at all.
It's not -30 or whatever here, so that's good. So good morning, everybody. I'm Brenda from Lassonde. Kind of feel like the relic of the SVK shows right now, but that's totally cool. I absolutely love participating, and thanks, Jay, again, for giving me this opportunity to pay respects to somebody in our food service community who clearly made an impact. And I think my camera's just frozen again. Who's clearly made an impact.
You're good, Brenda. You're good.
Perfect.
You're good. Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep talking.
You know, it's funny. Chef Brooke's mic always used to go down before we used to go on the show live. So
that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Your camera just went. So
my camera's gone?
Your camera's gone.
Oh, good Lord. This will take 20 seconds because it's been flipping and doing this all day. I'm not even
It isn't
joking.
a show. It's not a show unless Brenda's stuff goes down.
That's so insane.
Right?
Can you hear my voice, at least?
Yeah, I can hear your voice.
That is insanity. I won't curse out loud then. Oh,
well, we'll come back to you while you work on that. We're going to go over to Peter because Peter doesn't have, Peter, there we go. We got the security cap. We'll come back to Brenda. There we go.
There you go. That's fantastic.
All right, Peter, over to
you. Thanks a lot, Jay. That's great. And so I did have a chance to meet Chef Brooke in Chicago when I was there for the National Restaurant Show for a few years, cooking up some bison. And so that was fantastic. What a great show. What a great guy. And so what I was going to do today was to talk a little bit about kind of the history of things and the innovations that McCain's and Brooke brought to the industry. So I chose the crinkle fries and the sweet potato fries and, of course, the zucchini sticks and some onion rings today. And so I guess back in 1977, when I first started cooking, every steakhouse had to have some onion rings. So you got to have the onion rings dressed up, and they were definitely a staple that was happening in the industry. So the development of this product was definitely revolutionary at the time when it came to the industry because we were making our own products. And so McCain's really had a great R&D development with people like Chef Brooke. And these are the type of products that really saved us a lot of production, gave us a great result. And it was just a wonderful product to really, it's on most menus here in the prairies and most menus probably around Canada. So we had that to talk about. I wanted to talk about the crinkle fry, and I wanted to bring this up because this also was an innovative product. And here I got a little flight that I built with our products that we had, and so that's a very innovative way to bring it out to the table. But the crinkle fry was invented in about 1982, and I was working for Canadian Pacific Hotel at the time in Niagara Falls, and we had a restaurant there called the Flying Saucer Restaurant. It was a classic drive-in where the guys and gals came up to your car, took your order, and hung it on the window and everything. And they used these fries, and they made their saucer fries with the meat sauce on it. And it's still open today, and it's still an institution in Niagara Falls. And what we did with this here today, of course, with the sweet potato fries and the crinkle fries, is that, you know, we have these great products here. So, of course, we have the sour cream and the sweet chili, but the idea of doing something blended is definitely a way to bring some great flavors to your
one
table.
fry just likes the ketchup.
Hey,
Likes
that's
that
the one the
Heinz
chef
ketchup,
would normally
huh?
eat if I wasn't live on TV, right?
I was going to say, Chef Thomas is like, look at that ketchup. That just attracted the fry.
This is the sweet chili sauce, Jay. But
oh, sorry. It should be ketchup. Sorry,
ketchup.
Chef Thomas is like sending you a bottle of ketchup.
The innovation of this crinkle cut fry was definitely an important part of what happened in restaurants because it stayed crispier. And I was reading up a little bit of the history on that, and that's one of the things I really wanted to talk about was the innovation again. And then, of course, my next one here, of course, was the zucchini stick. And this one it's still available after like 40 years of being on menus. It's been around. People love it. Now, I know we've seen poppers and we've seen pickles and we've seen all these things, but the zucchini is still one of the top selling things on the menus. So when you're looking for, you know, a little snack at the bar and you got a couple of the crinkle fries in here, it really was the idea of having the zucchini stick that was going in here that was going to give you that incredible, this was the appetizer of vegetables in the day. There wasn't anything else like it. And of course, I threw this out here because, you know, I was always on the Lowry seasoning. And when I grew up, my first job at a steakhouse was dollar fries and aromat seasoning. If anyone remembers that yellow powder that we're lucky to be alive to survive. But again, Brew City, I wanted to talk about that because this, again, was another innovative product and line of products from McCain's. And so Chef Brooke and McCain should be so proud of everything that they've done. And again, Jay, thanks a lot for having me here. I just really wanted to walk us through this kind of stuff. And of course, with the fries, and you know, you can't forget about the mayonnaise in Canada now when you're doing your dipping. They even got an old-fashioned red candle here you would have seen back in the day. But that's really what I wanted to talk about today, is to pay tribute to Chef Brooke and to talk a little bit about the innovative product of McCain's and what they did and what their chefs do. Super fantastic job. Thanks, Jay.
Awesome. Thanks, Chef. Thank you. All right, Brenda, here we go. There you go. You good?
I think I'm good. Are you good? Is this good?
I'm good, Brenda. I'm good.
So I'm literally going to talk Mach 2 because I might have 40 seconds.
All right.
I ran around the house and shut absolutely every single thing off in my house. Anyway, first, before I go any further, I just want to give a quick shout out to Josh and Lori from McCain's in Ontario, who I reached out to last week when we found out we were doing this memorial show for Chef Brooke, and they were able to secure some product for me, and I really appreciated that, and I really appreciated the essence of family in food service. I really appreciated the whole Foodies Unite philosophy that we all have been eating, sleeping, living, breathing for the last, well, forever, because that's hospitality, but especially so over the last couple of years. So before I do anything food-wise, and I will have to say 100%, I am not a chef. I do not give myself that credential, so I'm stepping back from that claim. My respects and regards to the McCain's team and Brooke's family, and yes. Anyway, so the products that I wanted to feature today that Josh and Lori were able to get for me really quickly, and I had to be simplistic because I'm not a chef, and I've also learned that when you pull pans out of the oven, they're technically hot, and I don't have chef hands.
Don't worry, Richard doesn't know that yet from Lester's.
So I might like
his little TikTok hands down there.
Yeah. Like what? Oh, anyway. So I kind of went with the comfort food thing. And having said that, Jay, I was listening to your podcast yesterday, and was it Mark Brandau that said there's no such thing as comfort food because there's no such thing as discomfort food, or something along that lines?
Yeah.
Absolutely made me laugh. I was laughing. So what I've got is the McCain's root vegetable medley here, and I went straight for breakfast. So one of my favorite breakfasts, even before the McCain's product, is basically any kind of roasted vegetable with poached eggs. And that is exactly what I've prepared here today. I'm going to end up dumping hot sauce all over the counter. That's okay. So their root vegetable medley is carrots, parsnips, and beets, done as a fry. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just put that underneath instead of a roasted vegetable? The flavor is fantastic. Time of year is fantastic for this type of product. And if I were lucky, I would crack my poached eggs, and they might be ooey and gooey just like chefs were. So I'm actually going to give that a shot.
You're gonna go for it? Look at that!
Look at that! Ta-da!
Wow! Hey.
So honestly, this is like go-to heaven for me in the morning.
You just showed up, Chef Thomas.
Yes, exactly. Let's put some green stuff on there.
Green stuff. You know you're a chef when you call it green stuff.
Green stuff. Some scallions. Can we put some scallions on my poached eggs? Hey, but you'll be impressed. I actually poach them and I do every day, just in water. So I think that is classic egg poaching as opposed to buttering a little cup and
I think
and
the rest
such.
of the chefs will give you a thumbs up on that. Let's see a thumbs up for that one.
Thank you.
Everyone?
Thank you. So this is my first dish from McCain's. It's their root vegetable medley. Again, carrots and parsnips and beets.
And your camera went.
Of course it did.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Brenda. Brenda's a beverage expert, and she stepped up and just rocked it on the eggs and stuff like that. And the medley. I don't know if you guys ever tried the medley from McCain's, but it is awesome. It is awesome. So as we go into the next round, so I'm sure there's a few others that have a few more ideas here. I think McGoey, you had another one. We want to go over here.
Yeah, I have a quick one if we have time, Jay.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Awesome. This has been awesome. And Peter, by the way, I was weaned on Lori's seasoning salt. That's why I probably like salty food. It was awesome. So thank you for bringing that memory back. Love it. So I'm going to do my second dish really quickly, and a brand new idea for this show is skillet. So anyway, just kidding. I need a skillet. I need to make a really cool poutine, sort of a holiday poutine. We know our friends in the U.S. Jeffrey just finished his Thanksgiving. We have Christmas as a country coming up soon, so we're gonna have some leftover stuff. This is a kind of a fun poutine. I'm gonna take some sweet potato fries, McCain's beautiful sweet potato fries. I'm gonna place those on the bed of my skillet. Dump them all in there. What am I doing? Then I'm gonna place some cheese curds, because it wouldn't be a poutine without cheese curds. Just get those all in there. Looking awesome. Nice squeaky cheese. What am I doing? Get them all in there.
Jeffrey, can you say poutine down there in Scottsdale?
I was just going to ask him if he can. All right.
Poutine.
We got some leftover.
Poutine.
We got some leftover stuffing.
Chef Mark is like watching you there over in Montreal. He's making sure.
He's like, no, it's poutine.
Poutine.
All right, some stuffing. Then we got some leftover turkey that I've just sort of shredded. And then I've got some leftover bacon sauteed Brussels sprouts. I'm going to place those over top of that. Look at this delicious mess that's happening here. I love it. All right. Then, to finish it off, I'm going to take some beautiful turkey gravy that I happen to have here. Smother that all over the top. Look at that. I mean, talk about leftover goodness.
It's beauty.
I think that's probably plentiful.
Do you want to put some green stuff on top?
Well, I'm going to put some green stuff. You just wait. A little cranberry sauce, and then a little homage to Simon and Garfunkel, little parsley, little sage, little rosemary and thyme. And there, my friends, you have, where's my rosemary? There we go. Big sprig, little thyme. Kaboom. Hey, little holiday inspired poutine featuring McCain sweet potato fries. They're killer. They're amazing. This tastes great. And I love all the references to an Irishman with a last name like McGoey. I am Irish, shocking. And to you, Chef Brooke, virtual cheers. Rest in peace, brother.
Awesome. Thanks, Chef.
You're welcome.
Richard, do you have one more for Richard?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, we do one more. I have to say today is an homage, a memoir show for sure, because not only remembering Chef Brooke, but we're certainly bringing back 1985 and O'Toole's Bar and Grill with those deep fried zucchini sticks.
I don't know if everyone watched TV last night, but did you check out the live Different Strokes? And there was talk about the 80s. There was Different Strokes and what's the other one? Anyways, they were live and they were playing, like redoing a scene and stuff like that. And it was the 80s.
Probably like Family Ties or something along those lines.
No, it was the Facts of Life. No, not Facts of Life. Yeah.
I remember all these shows.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So that's awesome. I wish I just had some 80s sunglasses here to really draw that in. So my next recipe, again, pulled off that really great McCain's website, the food service side of their website, because like being British, and we've always had chips with mayo, but you've really had to put that in a soft bun and made a French fry sandwich to be truly, truly an expat. And so when I saw on their website a recipe where they made a nice grilled cheese sandwich and they filled it full of onion rings, I really had to show that off. So again, some nice crispy grilled cheese toast here, and then of course the McCain's onion rings inside of it. Stick that together. Sharp knife. It will cut you like the oven will burn you.
Someone told me that the grilled cheese is coming back.
Well, there are a lot of really cool grilled cheese franchises coming out, like Meltwich and all these different ones. I actually just helped a customer up here in the Blue Mountain Village with a grilled cheese menu that they're working on as a concept for the ski village. So it's super popular. Awesome. Steve, sorry, when I was in your office, I stole some barbecue sauce. Onion rings and barbecue sauce are really good friends. If you want to be crazy, you can take the barbecue sauce, mix it in with a little ranch dressing. Oh my God, it's so good. And put that with your onion rings. So there we have it. I'll do the classic Richard White walk around and bring it up to the camera. And there we have onion ring stuffed grilled cheese sandwich. Ooey gooey fun.
Okay,
barbecue sauce.
Richard, take a bite of that onion ring.
You want me to take a bite of the onion ring?
Without eating, right?
Oh, they're crunchy.
There you go. You have McCain's. Look at that.
I deep fried them because that's the best way to have them. I know you can throw them in the oven and you can do all these different crazy things, but man, either go all in or don't go at all.
That's so cool. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So, Ecker, you got one more?
I roasted up some. You gotta see it. Gotta have it. So of course you gotta have some prime rib.
So wait, your security camera's just catching up to you. Just give me a second here.
Thank you very much.
Chef Mark, we're gonna go to Chef Mark after you.
And you gotta have everything that you need. All your food groups. Prime rib, some great McCain's onion ring, sweet potato fries, and of course you got the crinkle cut. So
awesome.
Again, thanks a lot, Chef Brooke. God bless you and your family.
All right. Thanks, Chef. Chef Mark?
Well, thank you, Jay. I thought, we'd be doing something with a chicken sandwich, crispy chicken sandwich. We've all seen the chicken sandwich war happening in the States and in Canada. So, why not jazz it up a little bit with some onion rings as well? So, we all cook with onion rings. So I got the burger here already with the lettuce and the spicy mayo. So put a couple of slices of bacon, maybe a third one here. Pickles. What's a sandwich without a pickle again? And a little bit more of that spicy mayo. Get it all over me here. And put some rings in there. They're great.
McCain's onion rings apparently are quite a hit with you guys.
Well, chefs we love knows, hey? So there you go. And, why not stick a steak knife in there and build it up with more rings, you know.
Little more McCain's on the top, eh?
There you go. So, you know, you go it up. Oops. You know, and great way to show the ring. And I don't know if you notice, I'm going, you know, as I go up, I go with smaller and smaller one. Yeah. There you go.
I was picking that up.
And, you know, oh, look at that. I mean, you know, you're getting that in a restaurant, you know. So, and I've started with some
Richard's
McCain.
Giving you a hat. Look,
lettuce.
Richard's giving you a clap there.
Yeah, thanks, Richard.
Yeah.
Well, Chef Brooke, to you and your family, you will be missed, that's for sure. Thinking of you, thinking of your family. Thanks for, you know, bringing some great ideas in the past, and to the McCain family, thinking of you.
Awesome. Thanks, Chef.
No problem.
Is there anyone else that has another dish? I just apologize if there is. Thumbs up if you... Oh, Brenda's got one, Brenda. Let's go to Brenda. All right. Thanks, Brenda. Here we go.
Hey, no
Anytime
problem.
we can get you on camera, we're good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, a go-to in my freezer is always the potato bites, or as we always call them, tater tots. And that's one of the things I worked with today too. Doing the Irish nacho using the potato bites as opposed to the lattice fry, which is traditional. And I put more green stuff on that as well and served with a side of sour cream. But just because I'm a beverage company, I get the honor of using the potato bites as a garnish for my Caesar. And we made a deconstructed jalapeno popper here with potato bites, roasted jalapeno pepper, and cheese on a skewer for our Caesar. But more importantly than that, I get to say cheers. And so here's to our food service family. Here's to McCain's. Here's to Chef Brooke. May you rest in peace. And love and hugs to our entire community. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Brenda. I think you're going to be a chef one of these days. Don't worry.
Not likely.
Yeah, chefs give you a thumb. Anyone else? Just thanks again, everyone. Awesome ideas, outstanding, and yeah, we give definitely thumbs up across the board. And I know Chef Brooke would love this. Yeah, he would have had a lot of fun with this as well. And I know he would have been on here showing ideas as well. So that's what he always did. So just thank you again to Chef Brooke's family and everything. We're thinking of you. We're thinking of the McCain's family today, and all the best. And thanks to all these companies that stepped up showing McCain's products. You did an absolutely amazing job. And thanks again. And for everyone else, we're just going to finish off here with one of the last shows we did with Brooke. So we'll see you later. Thank you.
Cheers.
Last month, Ontario moved to cap third-party delivery fees at 15%, 20% inclusive of all fees in regions where indoor dining is banned. So that's helpful to operators, but it still can be a burden to bear. Obviously, there's a choice of taking on delivery yourself if that's something that an operator could manage, especially these days when employees might be looking for extra income or extra hours. You might even talk to other operators around and see if this is something where you could kind of band together on. Obviously, you have to consult your insurance carrier, your legal team, and see what the parameters of that might be. But this could be an option that could work for you. I actually have, we have a McCain operator that early on in March decided that he didn't want to switch to one of the delivery services and had 6 restaurants. He had employees that needed to work. So they said, we're going to figure out how to take this, you know, get an app out there and then start delivery. So what started off as a way to keep his businesses going and his employees, you know, on the clock, if you will, has now turned into a signature piece of his revenue, because the next thing that happened was alcohol sales were then allowed. So he actually leased a couple of old, you know, like the FedEx trucks, right, the step side vans, and turned those into margarita trucks. So he's got 6 Latin inspired restaurants. So now he could deliver alcohol. You could pre-order your alcohol, whether that's, you know, things in bottles or you know, margaritas and such. So he would set up, and you would go as a consumer, go and pick up your locations. Then he would tack food onto that as well. So now he's got the food and the alcohol part. Now that's become an additional revenue stream, because as their you know, constraints on public gatherings are like up and down, those 2 margarita trucks are now part of his event schedule. So building building gatherings and such around those. So something that started off as a necessity, keeping employees, going, if you will, has now turned into something that's a permanent piece of the equation. So, really cool idea, again, of operators just reinventing themselves. We also heard about a small town operator where there were no large delivery services in his area. So he started using a taxi service to deliver because his customers still wanted things delivered to their homes. So the cool thing is that he knows that the taxi driver is going to show up, which is a common complaint from operators, just the third-party drivers just sometimes not showing up. He charges for the meal, and then he charges a flat fee for the cost of the taxi and the gratuity. But the taxi and the gratuity are paid for by the customer, and then of course the overhead and the car and the driver, that's all covered by the taxi company, so he doesn't have to worry about that part. I also mentioned kind of working with your neighbors and talking about your neighbors and such. And so as far as other operating expenses, are there things that you could talk to the other restaurants on your block or in your neighborhood about? Maybe there are a few crew members that want to set up their own little group and provide oil changing services or overnight cleaning services or whatever. So again, talk to your neighbors. We're all in this together, and how can we band together as a community to keep everyone going?
Yeah, we saw that recently in Toronto, where a restaurant was working with a barbershop, and the barbershop was trying to support the restaurant, and they were given a